There it is. All right, we are live. Okay, so we are gonna go ahead and go through these geometry terms. We're gonna make an example up here, maybe making a picture. You can draw whatever you want. You don't have to do the exact same thing I'm doing, okay? We're just going to input each of the geometry terms as we go and write a little bit about it down here. And then we'll do a Kahoot to see if we understand all this. So let's go ahead and start. Let's see. Ooh. Come on, be a good one. Line segment. Perfect. All right, everybody go ahead and make a, let me move this over too. Make just a 1 at the bottom here. We'll just go ahead and put line segment, okay? So some of these, they might not be in the order that's best, but we'll have them all up here anyway. All right, a line segment requires 2 points and 2 endpoints, okay? It's not like if you shot a laser out into space where it wouldn't really hit any molecules and would go forever. That'd be like a ray. A line goes in both directions, like 2 lasers going in both directions. But a line segment is actually just between 2 defined points. Okay, so I'm going to say this is A. I'm going to say this is B, and I would call this line segment A B. It's just a line, just a line. Okay. Anything else we know about that? No, actually, that is all we're going to do for line segment. Okay. Zoom in on the page. It's hard to read. I guess it's half the screen, huh? It's dark, huh? How about that? Is that better? You guys see it a little better? That's probably much better, right? Let me know if you had problems. All right, perfect, guys. Thanks for letting me know. I always appreciate that. That might even be too bright. Tell me if it's too bright. You're blind. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start up here. I'm going to go ahead and put my line segment. You can put it wherever you want, but I'm thinking I'm going to make some kind of like car or house. So I'm going to make it like this. And I'm going to label that A, and I'm going to label that B. Okay, so all of our terms are going to go up here. We're just making like a picture up there. Okay, you're welcome. All right, so let's go ahead and keep going, keep spinning. And they won't be the same one because it goes away after I click on it. All right, parallel lines. All right, so again, this isn't maybe the best order in going through these, but you'll see they're all pretty similar. Parallel lines. Okay, parallel lines. We've seen things like this. We know that if you have a line and another line, let's say this is line L and this is line M. You can note lines with a cursive letter right next to it. Okay, you can make a line with a cursive letter. We'll show another way to do a line in a second. But if I'm talking about parallel lines, same slope, right? Same slope if I'm going up and over, up and over, and up and over. These stairs, if these were staircases, they would be the same slope. You're not going to like go up one flight of stairs and see another flight of stairs that's steeper, right? Same slope. And also what we know is they're equidistant. Equidistant. What does that mean? What does that mean? All right, so let's just fast forward a little bit. This is the door to your dorm room when you get into college. And here's your little desk that you sit in and you work really hard in. All right. If you wanted to, don't have shame, but you want to bring your favorite Frozen poster, and you're like, I love Frozen. I'm going to put it up in my room. If you're not embarrassed about that, and maybe by second semester you're like, Frozen, isn't that cool? I'm a college student now. But I love this Sim. If you wanted to make that poster perfectly straight with the door jamb here, then look what you'd have to do. You'd have to measure this distance, right? And as long as that distance is exactly the same as that distance, then they're parallel. That's what equidistance means, right? If I'm laying down train tracks right here and I want to make it parallel, I better make sure that the train tracks are exactly the same distance apart, right? Exactly the same distance apart. So equidistant is just talking about how you're going to put your Frozen, let it be, poster up here. Maybe you're not into Frozen. Somebody tell me in the chat, what is your poster going to be when you get to college? What are you going to put on your wall to help you remember Life's going to be okay, even with finals. What are you going to put on your wall? Banana fish anime. That is the winner. Across. Cool. Keep your principles handy. Good. A periodic table, a Minecraft poster. Awesome answers. All right, guys, look. Let's make our parallel lines. Watch what I'm gonna do. Notice my slope. You see my slope? It's up 1/1, right? Up 1/1. So if I go over here and I go up 1/1 and I make the exact same direction, then I've made parallel lines. And I want you to go ahead, let's label them L and M. Picture your professor to help you wake up, like pointing his finger at you. Get up, Danny DeVito. Nice. Okay. I don't know the other stuff. My good friend in LA named Nick, his uncle's Danny DeVito's his uncle. So I went to his college graduation, and there's Danny DeVito. He's so short. It's funny. All right, guys, look. I want you to put these little arrows on your parallel lines. That shows that they're parallel. Okay? That's how we show that they're parallel. And I could see here that line L and line M are parallel. Great. A famous painting. That's cool. Starry Night or something. All right, let's spin the wheel. Let's keep going with this. What's next? Arc length. Okay. Arc length. And I hope that circle is next because it's kind of related to circle. I want you to go ahead and write arc length. ARC length. And if I'm talking about an arc length, if I have a circle, right? An arc length is when there's, it's the crust. The arc length is like the crust of a pizza. And, whoa, I went through my paper. I'm excited. I love crust too much. Look at, went through my paper. Oh, man. All right. So this is like the crust. You can think of it like the crust of a pizza. Okay. The arc length is, if this was, let's go C and D, go ahead and label it CD. Then the arc length would be CD, and I'd make a curved top part. Right? Line segment was straight, no arrows. A line arc length is curved. And you could say this is, really it's just a portion of the circumference. Okay, it's a portion of the circumference. It's going around the circle. So I'm going to go ahead and, I don't know where this is going. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to make a circle right here. Oops, 2, 2, 2, 2. That's the ugliest circle ever. It's like an egg. That's okay. And I'm going to put another point here. I'm going to call this C. And then this is my arc length. Don't go through the paper. That's my arc length BC. Okay? That's my arc length BC. Any questions coming up? Y'all good? This ain't so hard, right? All right. What is next? Yeah, you could do that. You could do that, Jeremy. So the proportion of, like, if it was 30 degrees, you can go 30 degrees over 360 is equal to, yeah, you're correct, the arc length over the circumference. I like that. Thanks, Evie. What do we got? Perpendicular lines. Yes. 4. Well, no, I'm black. 4. Okay. So perpendicular lines, right? Instead of being parallel where they never meet, perpendicular lines meet. Go ahead and make like an upside down T, and they meet at 90 degrees. Okay. So it's two lines meet at 90 degrees. Okay. And, you could say if this was line, let's call this line R, and this is line S, then I would mark that line R is perpendicular to line S. That's how I would mark it. Okay, so it's like the upside down T. It's the upside down T. All right, let's go ahead and make a Let's make a. I'm not sure. Let me think. What is this? It's looking like a tractor. Yeah, let's make a tractor. So look, I'm gonna go straight up, and I'm gonna call this CD. Let's call it C. I'll make it go down. You could put it wherever you want, but I put it right there, and I'm gonna mark that it's perpendicular by putting a little box right there. That tells me it's 90 degrees. Okay. All right. Let's see. What else do I have to say about that? All right, now I want to talk about one other thing, and this is like next level because there's a lot of next level kids in here, and I want to challenge you. Okay, there's something called Euclidean geometry. Euclidean, based on Euclid, is all the geometry that we're doing until you get to like master's degree level work in math. Maybe in your undergrad if you were a math major. But parallel lines is a foundation for all of geometry that we're studying. It's like the foundation idea because parallel lines never touch. They're equidistant, right? They never touch. This is never going to run into line M here. L and M are going to go forever. But so Euclidean geometry is based on the idea that line L and M go forever and never touch. So what you can do when you get to higher level math, you can make an entire math system based on a rule that is incorrect in your universe. So the reason why people can even theorize around what happens around black holes is because they can access geometry that is beyond our basic parallel lines never touch. So geometry that we're studying through like upper level bachelor's work is all Euclidean geometry, but non-Euclidean geometry is some smart person that came and said, you know what, I'm going to make an entire math system, assuming that all parallel lines touch. Think about that. All the rules we talk about are based on parallel lines don't touch. Somebody came up with a system called non-Euclidean geometry where all the rules are based on parallel lines always touch. Just think about that for a second. You're like, well, what's the use of that? Well, if you're going to talk about black holes or curvature of the universe, 4D, yeah, exactly. So you could bring in concepts around time. Okay. This is way far out there. This is like interstellar space I'm telling you about as far as math goes. But just know that just like any logical argument, you can make an entire argument based on a falsehood. And that's where also just to point out, we got to watch that because we always think that things are always, true in our life, but we may just be creating a whole system of non-Euclidean life where two things we think are true actually aren't. That's why you always got to be flexible to change your view because certainty is the one thing that you should be skeptical of. There's a lot of particles we don't know about. Yeah. There's like 6 major forces: strong force, weak force, magnetic force. There's all these forces, and we're discovering them more and more. So, Jeremy, if you haven't researched CERN, look into CERN. They're the furthest ahead as far as they're in Switzerland, France. They have the large LHC, the Large Hadron Collider. Yeah, so they're doing work where they understand non-Euclidean geometry like no problem. Okay, that's a total side note, guys. Sorry I went so far into that, but Jeremy, I hope that is interesting too. Okay, let's spin the wheel. Boom, you got it. All right, angle. But angle. I better not run out of room here. All right, an angle. An angle is just okay. It's just formed between two lines or segments or rays. It could be any type of boundary, lines, segments, or rays, right? And I'll give you an example. So here's 2 rays. We're going to get to that word soon, right? 2 rays start at the same point, and this would be the angle. And I would maybe label this, what letter am I on? Let's go U, B, W. Now watch, it's really important that you denote this. Here's the symbol. Angle, U, B, W. or angle WVU. Now, why are those my only two options? What do you see in common between those two? What's the letter in common? And where is it? What do you think? Yep. Yep, Jatavi said V is in the middle. V is in the middle for a reason. Look, V is in the middle because, and I could say it, WVU or UVW, but the main thing is that V is in the look, V is in the middle, V is in the W. V is in the middle because it is the vertex. And I even made it V. This is awesome. I'm going to go ahead and write that. Vertex. Okay. The vertex has to be noted in the middle. It has to be noted in the middle. So the other thing that I just want to remind you, I think you've seen these. We have a right angle, right? 90 degrees, right? We have, it's a cute little angle. It's cute. It's cute. It's less than 90. I just think of like a cute little baby. It's smaller. And then we have what? We have an obtuse angle that's greater than 90. Okay. You guys seen these before? You guys have seen these three before, I'm sure. Yeah, you've seen them before. You've seen them before. Right? Let me make that a little clearer. This is right, acute, and obtuse. All right, let's go ahead and put that up here. Let's make an angle. I kind of already have some angles. Zoom out so you can keep looking at that. I'm going to make the angle. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to call this F, G, and I'm going to make it just go straight up. That's my angle. I'll call that H. Okay. So I made my angle right here. Here's my angle, but you can put yours wherever you want. And the name of that angle is angle GFH or angle HFG. Okay? Just F has to be in the middle. Just F has to be in the middle. All right, how's the pace? Tell me to slow down I'm going to go ahead and spin unless I hear from somebody. We're good? We're good? All right. Good. Thanks. All right, here we go. I'm just going to keep going right here with number 6. Let's see what we get. I'll give you a moment for a screenshot later if you're not done with writing it down. All right, so 6, we're talking about a point. And you're like, what's the point of talking about a point? Haha. A point, the thing I want to say is, a point has no dimensions. What? Something that exists has no dimensions? So if I'm standing at the point 2, 3, which that's how we show it, right? X, Y, 2, 3, right? If I'm at the point 2, 3, I don't have any dimensions? What the heck? This is one of those other things where it's like it's so accepted, but it's actually kind of a crazy idea that we even a point is an abstract idea because it has no dimensions. It has no actual tangible space that it sits in. It's only a marker, but that's another example of when you get further along in math, that's going to be like a really different kind of a different idea that you'll have to approach if you go that far. So this is the point 5, 1. 5 for X, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 for Y. 5, 1. It's the middle of my wheel. I guess that's going to be a wheel. All right, so that's all I had to say about point. Let's see what else we got. Oh, line. Finally, that's like the first thing that, or second thing that we could have gotten to. All right, a line. It requires 2 points. Okay, and the 2 points, A, B, I'm going to call A, B, and I'm going to put a line with arrows showing that they go in both directions. Okay. I could also call this, if this was a capital L, a lowercase cursive L, I could call this, this is also a line L. Okay. It goes on forever, theoretically, So let's go ahead and I'm going to make this, yeah, why not? I'll make this the ground. Okay. And I'm going to call that GHIJ. Okay. There's my line. Line's easy. All right. Oh, finally I get to put another wheel in this car. A circle, right? A circle is defined by a center with rotated radius. Okay, so to get a circle, you start with a center. And then if your radius is 1, you're rotating that radius all the way around the circle. If you had a compass, you could do that perfect. That's another thing. For next week, I want you to get a compass set from the 99-cent store. They're fine, they'll work. So here's a compass, right? It'll have a protractor and probably a ruler, but the ruler is less important. Okay, so you got to go and get a Geo set wherever you get it. Okay, the main thing I need you to have is a compass and a protractor. 99 cents. Okay, so go ahead and write radius. Radius. And I would note this, if this was A, I would say this is circle A. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put my other wheel in here. I think I'm going to make it like a something different. It's like a steamroller. All right, that's my circle. All right. Last thing we got is, what's it going to be? Anybody want to take a guess? Oh, it's Ray. What do you know? All right, so 9. 9, we're talking about ray. I think of like ray gun. Okay. It requires 2 points because you got to have an endpoint and a direction. It has one endpoint where the actual line stops. This is important. It can be a portion of another line. Okay. So if I had a line right here and it was AB, right? Whoops. If I had a line right here and it's AB, this could be the endpoint for my ray, and my ray could be this. So that would be AB, and I would put the first letter is going to be my endpoint. The first letter is your endpoint. Endpoint. Okay. So if it was going the other direction, I would say it was ray BA, but there I'm going to go ray AB. Okay. You might also have a ray that just has an endpoint. It's not part of a line, and that could be here. This would be ray CD. Okay. So get a couple examples there so you know that it could be a portion of a line, but it's not the whole thing. All right, let's go ahead and put this here. I'm going to go ahead and make this GH, make this I, well, don't want to put that there. Make this I. I'm going to make the ray go straight out. I'm going to call it J. Nice. So I got some kind of like some BattleBots kind of like tractor going on here. Maybe this is like the spinning propeller or something. I just caught that show a couple days ago. It's crazy. All right, so we got all of our terms. Hey guys, in the chat, let me know on a scale from 1 to 5, how comfortable are you with all of the terms? What do you think on a scale from 1 to 5? It's just the intro, guys. What do you think? Good. Good. All right. And if you're really into taking screenshots, there's your screenshot. All right, guys, we got 4s and 5s. We got 3.5 is there, 3.5 or 4. Okay, so we're good. We're going to check our understanding now. Go ahead and take a screenshot in 3, 2, 1. Screenshot, please. And now let's go ahead and transition. I'm going to keep recording this. It seems like it's still recording. Awesome. And let's go to, let's see, how am I going to get there? There it is. Go and do this. So I'll be able to show you some examples on the left side. But let's go ahead and start our Kahoot. This is just going to be like a review of what we just learned, and then we'll end class, probably with 20 minutes for you to do homework. All right, guys, waiting for players. I got how many kids in here? 21 kids, so let's see if we can get all of us. Sometimes we have issues with the internet. That's fine. We'll deal with it. Oof. All right, one person in. Who is it? Me, Evie, Zilin. Who else? Okay, I'll do a little help over here if we need it. I can't believe well, I don't want to jinx it. My technology is working. I'm pulling off a lot right now, so let's just hope this still goes well. 14, let's get more. 15. Mistake. Oh. I read it, Mystique. There are no mistakes in here. You're not a mistake. 17, is that how many we got? The website, if you enter the pin there, the script will automatically choose the right answer. Is that right? There is a Kahoot winner. Oh, is that right? All right, Zach, you'll have to follow along. That's wild, Jeremy, that somebody made that. That's some crazy coding, because you would have to be able to access the edited form. Okay, I know how to do that. I see. Interesting. Somebody who really wants to win does that, huh? That's wild. All right, guys. Some people are saying they can't get in, so we're going to go ahead and start in 3, in 2, in 1. Let's do it. All right, these aren't super crazy questions, so let's do our best with them. Some of them you just have to answer the best question, the best option. So the light coming from this lighthouse is most likely. Most likely. What is the most likely answer? Not like, what could it be if I'm being sneaky? No, what is the most likely answer, guys? I see, Jeremy. That's crazy. Okay, I think I know why people said line. Let's look close. It looks like it's kind of going out the back there too, but it is just the kind of residual light with the lens. But if you think about what a lighthouse is, it has a starting point, an end point, and it goes out in one direction. So that's why the most likely answer is ray, okay? It's ray. Okay, so this is just check for understanding. This isn't a graded assignment. Me! Marco, 1 point behind. Camilla, 2 points behind. Kimmy, 2 points behind. Wow, that is the closest it's ever been after the first question. This is not a correct name for this line. It's not a correct name. Not a correct name. Look at your notes for a line. What do you need? How can we note a line? It's not a correct answer, which is not. There's 3 that could work. All right, we're all over the place. Okay, so this can be line W. Remember the cursive letter, the small lowercase cursive letter that we were looking at. So this is line W. This is line DG. This is line KG. And this is line DK. All those are acceptable answers for the line. So the only one that isn't right is DKG. You don't need 3 letters, okay? You don't need 3 letters. All the other ones that are here are correct. And maybe that was not reading it, seeing that it was, this is not a correct name. I think that's what happened, guys. Okay, so just note, 3 letters? Nope, because only 2 of us got that. Oh, man. Camilla taking over. Fatih, me, Marco, Kimmy. All right. All right. Name the shape. What shape is that again? I got to think back to 2nd grade. Maybe even kindergarten. What was that shape? Yeah, Ava, I know you would pick that one. I mean, that's a car, right? That looks like a car. I guess somebody in the car could be wearing shoes. But what is the whole shape? All right, we got one person whose internet is slow. They can't answer, so I'll skip it. Oh my God, it's a circle. It's not shoes, unless there's shoes in there. All right, we got to power clap this. Everybody unmute, warm up your hands. Get ready to scare your grandma in the next room. All right, power clap on 3. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Somebody lit a firecracker or something. All right. Don't blow up your house. All right. Kimmy, Marco, trading spots. That was a good power clap. Somebody did something loud. It's great. This point is collinear, on the same line. Collinear just means on the same line. With A and D, which point is on the same line? This is... Yeah, I know, Fatih. So collinear just means on the same line. So this point is collinear with A and D. What is it? Ah, it's C. Let's see what the other people said. X and Y. X is way out here. Is X collinear with AD? AD are on this line. Collinear means on the line, the same line. Co-linear, like a co-worker. Co-linear, on the same line. Yeah, X and Y and Z are not on the same line. B or C are, and that was our answer, C. I thought that might be another power clap. All right, so read the answers, read the questions fully, guys. Fatih taking over. Nice job. Oh, I see. The message in the chat covered it. Dang it. All right, the correct name for the segment that intersects line W. So look at line W here. That's DKG. What is the name of the segment that intersects line W here? What is the name of that segment? All right, almost there. All right, let's see what we got. Segment VT. Most of us got it. Let's look what that is. VT. Segment VKT. Remember, we don't have to put 3 letters for a segment. We only have to put the start and the end point. Otherwise, if there was like 20 points on this, we'd have to say all the letters. You'd be like, I'm talking about segment A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, V. That's going to take too long. Okay, you only have to do first and last. Okay. So the line, or what intersects line W, which is DK, the line with D, K, and G, line W, it's this line segment, VT. Okay, V to T. We look at the endpoints that tell us that help us figure out which segment we're talking about. VK does intersect, KT does intersect, but those weren't options. It was only VT, DG. K is a point. K is where they intersect, but it was correct name of the segment where they intersect. The segment is VT. VT. All right. Oh, screen froze. Gotcha. Fatih! The horizon is most like. Now, just don't be all philosophical. It continues in both directions. It's not just what's in the picture. The horizon. If you're like on a boat and you turned around in a circle, you would see what as you turn. Don't get philosophical. It's straightforward. All right, align. Now, a ray starts at one point and goes in the other direction. But does the horizon like start at one point? Maybe if there's a mountain here, but again, that's getting all philosophical. Let's see. No one said a point. That's good. A line segment. I could understand someone from a picture. It starts here and ends here. That's a line segment. But if you were standing on a boat in the middle of the ocean at the very top of the boat, you would look out and you'd see the horizon. You would turn. You would see that horizon is just a line and it goes all the way around you. Now, looking from above you, what you would see as far as the horizon, what I was explaining, would be a circle. What? So a line could be a circle? What? We're not getting philosophical like that yet. We're not getting philosophical. Yeah, it's not infinite. Well, that's true. Well, that's all right, Jeremy. But um, you're you'll get to you'll get there in college. But you know, the universe. There's a lot of theories about it rounding back out on itself, and that's just like theoretical math. You can't really like say, "Well, I just don't believe in that." It's kind of like it's just theory, right? So you learn about that. Yeah, but it's not infinite. It's true. It's true. It's most like, you know, it's just a picture. All right. Another correct name for line CD is what else could you call line CD? Don't just add letters. We don't need more than 2 letters. A couple people are stuck. All right, we're going to keep going then. There we go. All right, take a guess. I think you guys are locked out. All right. Yeah, AB. Okay, the only other thing is someone said DKBA. Okay, so again. Oh, that was a misclick? Okay, we still had 4 there. Okay. Yeah, DCBA, you don't say all the points. You don't have to do that. You only say 2. A line is only defined by 2 points. If there was like 20 letters on here, then somebody could say, "Oh, I'm talking about line A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T." No, we aren't going to do that. Okay, you got it. So we're going to go with line AB because line AB is a way to identify this line CD. Okay, because they said it was a line, that means that it goes through the 2 points named in both directions forever. Theoretically, forever. Camilla on fire. No on the board. Hector, Marco, Evie, Camilla. Let's see. I put double points for some of these so you can catch up. These people are walking around part of the track called a what? Called a what? They're walking around part of the track. Let's assume this is like a big circle track. It's a semicircle. All right, what are they walking around? All right, that's enough thinking. Take a guess if you don't know. Assuming you're locked out. Boom. All right. Most people got it. Arc length, line segment, and radius. Not quite. The radius would be from the edge of the circle towards the center. They're not walking there. A line segment is a straight line. They're not walking the straight line. Unless they're like robots and they're like, doot, 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 doot. But most people can walk and turn at the same time. So I would say no, it's an arc length. Yeah? Oh, that was a misclick. Great. We still had one other that wasn't a misclick, though. Unless someone else says there was a misclick right now, so we could do a power clap. Not saying to lie about it, but I would be okay if you just said misclick, so we could do a power clap. Anybody? 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 Oh, Ava, it was a misclick. How did I figure that out? All right, good. Unmute, guys. Warm up the hands. Double power clap. Getting ready. Warming them up. Say, hey, Grandma, we're about to clap. It's okay. All right, double power clap on 3. 1, 2, 3. Oof. Somebody ran into their door. All right, don't hurt yourself. I hurt myself in Kahoot. I can't play softball this weekend. Oh, no. All right, Camilla holding it down. Name a ray with endpoint A. Wouldn't you say? I can go sit by the bay. I just may. I can make things out of clay. A ray with endpoint A. Here's A. It's a ray, though, so a ray starts at the endpoint and goes continuously in the other direction. It doesn't stop. That's my hint. Nice. All right, D, C, and A, B were not correct. Let's see. Ray, A, C. Let's see why. D, C, and A, B aren't right. D, C is not a ray that has an endpoint A. A is an endpoint here. It has to either be this direction or this, but then I look at AB. Uh-oh. Look, AB, it stops right here. This is a line segment, not a ray. This is a ray from A because it goes from A to the endpoint and it goes, keeps going in both directions. Horses eat hay. That's right. That's true. that was supposed to be a Happy Gilmore shout out right there. All right. That movie's funny. Camilla, Chatabi on the board. Kimmy, Marco, Noah, trying to get caught up with Camilla. A rope. The rope is most like a. The rope is most like a. This is actually me. You didn't know I was a tightrope walker. No, that's not me. I never carry this big balancing stick. I just go for it. Yeah. A plane, but the kind you fly. A plane, but the kind you fly. Ew. Yeah, those are dangerous. It's true. Okay, we're gonna go with line segment. I like that. I don't think it's a ray because what's a ray? Starting point goes continuously in the other direction. Look, it doesn't go in the other direction. Even if I start here and go that direction, it doesn't go forever. A line goes theoretically forever in both directions. That's not true. It's between these rocks. So we're gonna go line segment. Starts here, ends here. Line segment, 2 endpoints. All right. We're just learning these though. Ooh, Evie back on the podium. Double points. Where does segment TV intersect line W? Where does the segment TV? First find that. What's TV? Where does it intersect line W? Line W, where's that? Where do they intersect? I haven't even needed this. All right, take a guess. If you don't know, we're talking about VT. Okay, perfect. Line DG or segment KT. Let's see what those mean. Oh, there was one misclick in there. So the others, though, line KT. Okay. So if we're talking about VT, that's this part of the X, and then line W is the other line. Where they meet, exactly where they intersect, is always going to be a point. It's like the intersection of two roads. This is the intersection. That's the the intersection with line W. So we're going to go with K. Yeah, it is K. Oh, look at that. Hector on the board. Moving up. 2 more double points. Get caught. Focus. This picture is most like what? Most like. No philosophical, like, in the train tracks. I'm not talking about these. I'm not talking about the train ties. I'm talking about the train tracks. All right. Okay, again, I think you didn't hear what I said, because it's true that the railroad ties are perpendicular to the metal rail. The rail tie, the wood, is perpendicular to the rail. But I said it was talking about the train tracks. So that's going to be what? Parallel lines. What happens if your train tracks are not parallel? What happens? If this train track, they're like, we've measured it for a couple miles. Let's just kind of like wing it. And they actually made this rail 6 inches too wide. They go off the rails. Don't do that. That's why they measure it as they go. It's always exactly the same distance, which I don't know the exact distance, but what is it, like 4 feet? Something like that. Thomas the train has trouble. Yeah, that's true. You're not on Earth. You're in space where parallel lines aren't straight. Oh man. All right, this is just the poll. Thumbs up, sideways, down. There's another option there that I know exactly who's going to pick the other option, actually. Well, let's see what you think. Everyone vote. This you shouldn't be thinking too much on this. Up, down, sideways, or high? 4 people said high. Quarter of the people. No one's down. That's good. 2 people sideways. That's okay. Up is pretty good here. So we got most of them. Hi. We got most of them. Most of us are doing pretty good. Okay. If it's sideways, guys, look at this homework. It's not going to be bad. The homework for today. Let's see what kind of. Okay, Ava, that's good. I assume if you put high, you're actually thumbs up. So, what is part of a line with 2 endpoints P and Q? How is it written? Okay. So these are real quick questions. Definition of a circle, definition of a point. We have a lot of this stuff. It's just double checking it. What type of angle has a measure that's greater than 90 but less than 180? So these are things that you can also figure out. That's true, Jeremy. I know some kids are doing that, and you know what? That's their choice. It's gonna get them in the end. No, you're right. That could happen. Honestly, I don't really care, because we're all making choices, and they're not always the best ones, and we'll figure it out from it. All right, let me go ahead and stop the video, because they're hearing all this extra talkie. Come on. Talkie. Hello? I would like you to stop recording, please. Hey, I keep clicking you. All right, maybe I'll stop sharing. I'll do it. All right, so thank you for... Hey, I want you to stop. Ugh. This thing. It's going to record our last talking here. That's fine. All right, so that's all we have for class. You got 20 minutes. Honestly, knock out the homework. I think you can do it in 20 minutes easily. And then you won't have much to think about at all weekend. Okay? So I'm going to go and dismiss you. Stick around if you got questions. Otherwise, guys, have a great weekend. I'll see you Monday. Bye. Have a nice day. You too. Take care. That's a cute picture, Kim.
Thanks.
I like that little cat. Do you have a question, or you're just last?
I'm last and my mouse got stuck.
That's the only reason I'm still here. That's cool. You're good. All right. Have a good weekend.